What is up, everybody? This is Rain. Welcome back to another video on my channel. This is the 23rd installment of my monthly Talking with This Rain series, and this is also the very first installment of this series for 2022. Happy New Year, by the way. Can't believe we've already went through almost 2 years now of COVID. Can you believe that? That's crazy. But I hope you had a great New Year. I hope you stayed safe. And I hope you had a great holiday. I had a pretty uneventful holiday, to be honest. And I think, in my opinion, uneventful holidays are also good. So yeah, I noticed when I checked my YouTube stats, and I noticed that I got 5 to 6 new subscribers since I previously made one of these videos. So I just want to welcome you guys. All right, I hope you had a great holiday. And if you don't know what these are, this is where I sit here in my little chair and I talk to you guys about stuff that's going on in my life, stuff that's going on with my YouTube channel, and I just talk about stuff that I can think of off the top of my head. All right. So if you're not interested, it's totally fine. These tend to drone on for almost an hour sometimes. Well, not sometimes. That's basically a norm nowadays. But these drone on for a long time. So if you're not interested, you can click out, because I mostly do this for me, this is where I compile all my thoughts. And yeah. I recorded one of these just before, and I decided that it wasn't too good, because I kind of rushed it and all that, and I didn't like the quality of it. So I'm restarting this now. All right, I got my list here. Okay, so let's start. Let's get this Talking with This Rain started. First, Talking with This Rain of 2022. Hope you guys had a great holiday for the third time already. Okay, so YouTube channel first, right? Because this is what you guys probably care about. Nah, who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? You guys don't care about this, but I'm just going to talk about it anyways. All right, so for this period, by period I mean the period between this Talking with This Rain and the previous Talking with This Rain. This is how I separate my channel, if you don't know. So for this period, I have posted 6 videos, and that is extremely productive in my. It kind of did, like, since the previous Talking with This Rain, I kind of went over the 1 month threshold, because I try to do these every month, and I think I went over like a week, so it's a month and a week or two since the previous Talking with This Rain episode. But between the previous one and this one, I posted 6 videos. I don't know if I'm making sense, by the way. I don't know if you guys care about that, but I'm just gonna fucking go into tedious detail over here. But I posted 6 videos, and I like them. I like these videos, but I am thinking of shifting my channel, my content from gameplay content to more what I call funny moments content, right? Because for the previous 2 to 3 months, I've been posting, gameplay videos, and I like some of them. Some gameplay, some games do really good with gameplay. Like, for example, the U-boat one, I really liked, the format of those videos, although editing them and recording them was extremely tedious, because sometimes you'd get some action, sometimes you wouldn't. And then, for when you record those U-boat videos, they take like 3 hours to 4 hours almost when you're recording them, and then when you're editing them, it takes longer because you got to watch the whole video. So it's really frustrating sometimes. It's probably not 3 to 4 hours, probably more like 2 hours. Kind of exaggerating over here. But I'm gonna steer away from those gameplay videos. I'm still gonna post them if I feel like it, because they're fun to make as well. But they're not doing good, and I don't like them now, right? Like, me right now, I don't like the gameplay videos, just because, well, I want to shift the format of this channel, because I've been watching, and I know you guys have probably also been watching, because he's been growing a lot. This channel has been growing a lot between 2020 and 2021, and this channel is called Let's Game It Out. You probably have seen his videos before, because really big channel, but his videos are like the perfect blend for me. That's what I strive to be, right? Because for me, I post funny moments videos, but I also post gameplay videos, and Let's Game It Out's videos, at least the ones without Anthony on them, are a perfect blend between gameplay and funny moments, and that's the balance that I want to strike with this channel, and that's what I'm gonna try to aim for when I'm making my videos now. The cooking simulator video that I posted a week ago from the time I'm recording this is, the type of video that I want to be posting. It's not too, KWire Speedy in 2013 or Vanos Gaming in 2013 type of funny moments slash gameplay videos, but it's like, it's, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's properly edited, but it's not tedious like a gameplay video, but it's also not too incoherent like a typical funny moments video. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense here, but I'm gonna try to make some, funny moments videos from now on if I got time. I know I'm gonna be extremely busy this year, so hopefully I find a time, right? But with this channel, I'm still gonna keep doing it. I don't have a, if you're new here, I don't have a schedule. I post whenever I want. Sometimes, especially during the middle of the year, where I'm in the middle of a semester, I'm not. I wouldn't even post. I wouldn't even post for like an entire month. Sometimes, like these Talking with a Strain videos, would just be posted consecutively, right? Like just one after another sometimes, just because I don't have enough time and I don't have enough motivation to record. So yeah, hopefully, I'm aiming to do at least, one of these funny moments videos, one to two of them every month, every period. So hopefully I can stick to it, because I want to shift the content of this channel. I want to make, yeah, I want to change it because, dude, this channel is fucking weird, dude. Because if you look at my popular videos, hold on a second. Let me go to my channel real quick. If you look at my popular videos, my most popular videos are it's such a mess, dude. It's such a mess. Because my most viewed video is a constipation one from Red Dead Redemption 2, where I go to the Valentine Hotel or whatever the fuck that is. And the game just came out, and I think I was the first one to post the guy shitting in one of the Valentine hotels on YouTube. And that got a lot of videos because I posted it, right on time when nobody was posting it yet. And so that's my most viewed video. Second one is the Corey Kenshin video from a random Last of Us Remastered episode. I don't know how the fuck this got so many views, dude. I mean, I guess I get it, because Corey Kenshin is a massive YouTuber, and sometimes he disappears or he gets a massive influx of new subscribers, and they're looking for content of his, and they're seeing if he's played The Last of Us before, and then when they search up Corey Kenshin Last of Us, right, they're trying to look for a series made by Corey Kenshin, my video shows up first. So I guess, it makes sense why this one would get a lot, but still, like, it's just some random fucking episode in one of my series, and it's gotten this many views. It's fucking crazy, dude. So it's Corey Genshin, right? So that's my second most viewed. Third one is, again, another Red Dead Redemption 2 one. This is probably because I'm one of the only people on YouTube, or at least at the time, who posted one of these videos, and this is the Ned Kelly armor one, where I showcase the first few hours of, well, not really first few hours, but I showcase like a portion of the introduction parts of Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, where you're given, but is it tin? No, it's not tin, right? There's no way it's tin, but you're given armor, and it looks like Ned Kelly's armor, the Kelly Gang's armor. If you don't know what that is, just Google Kelly Gang armor, and you'll see it. It's like an Australian thing. So the reason why I got so many views for these is because, again, I posted it first on YouTube, so that doesn't really count. The constipation one and Ned Kelly armor one doesn't really count in my opinion, because these ones were just luck, and they don't really. I didn't really put too much effort into making both of those videos because I just posted them at the right time. So I don't count these as achievements, to be honest. I mean, I like the views, I appreciate them, but in terms of feeling satisfied with with the views it gets, I don't feel very accomplished in my opinion. And then, wait, hold on a second. Is this? I'm pretty sure I privated this. No, I didn't private it. Okay. So my fourth most viewed video is a 49ers versus Falcons ending reaction where I was live recording the ending of 49ers versus Falcons game in 2019. And the reason why that game was massive was because, back in 2019, in the 2019 NFL season, the San Francisco 49ers were a massive, massive team, dude. Like we had like a 10 game 10 game win streak at the start of the season. And we were a fucking massive team. Nobody wants to. People knew that we were the real deal, right? Like we made it all the way to the Super Bowl, and then in this one week and during the 2019 season, we went against the Atlanta Falcons, who were like I don't know who only had like 3 wins, I believe. Like they were bad, and they went to Levi Stadium, our stadium, against a massive successful team and fucking killed us. That was extremely not really demoralizing, but that was very surprising to me. And I think the reason why I got a lot of videos is because again, I posted it at the right time, and also it's one of those videos where people want to see, the content. So I'm kind of proud of that. But again, that was more so. I didn't really put that much effort into it. I just literally started recording. And then I'm not gonna go through all of these, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop here. My fifth most viewed video that has been getting a lot of views lately. This has not received this many views until just recently, which is really really interesting. My fifth most viewed video at this current moment is a Sims 4 video titled "I'm a Psychopath," the psychopath playthrough that I started at the beginning of 2020 when the pandemic was just starting. This did not get a lot of videos. I remember, I think last year it only had like 100. That was still a lot. But, within a year, I believe it got 500. So now it has 636 views. And that's real interesting. I'm kind of happy with this video, but I also don't like how I didn't fully hash it out, right? Because I expected the series to flop, right? Because nobody wants to see me play Sims 4. So I expected this video to flop hard. So I didn't put too much effort into it. And if only I put a lot of effort into it, I think this could have been. I could have gotten a lot of comments and likes on this, but I didn't. So I kind of hate it. I kind of hate how I didn't, do my due diligence here. But this is the type of video that I'm trying to make, right? The Sims 4 video, the cooking simulator video, where it's not completely gameplay, but it puts me in situations that are interesting to the viewers, right? Because with the Phasmophobia videos, everybody's watched somebody play Phasmophobia, and to a point, it gets really boring. It gets very tedious. There's like a point where you're like, okay, I've already watched this YouTuber or this streamer play this. Why should I watch this random nobody, quote unquote, YouTuber play this game, right? And I don't put anything on the table with the Phasmophobia videos, right? Like I just play the game, I complete it, and I get the fuck out. It scares me to fucking play it, but from a viewer standpoint, there's no value given to them, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna try to change that up for 2022. For the videos that I try to make, I'm going to try, right? That's a keyword for me, and for you as well, maybe if it applies to you. I'm gonna try to give my videos a little bit of value to the viewer, right? I mean, obviously, videos like these where I just sit here and talk about myself and a bunch of random stuff. Obviously, this does not give you a lot of. There's not a lot of value to these. So this is mostly for me, anyways, right? So I don't do this for anybody. This is mostly for me. This is where I practice my speaking skills. This is where I compile my thoughts and wrap up the month that I just had. So, this is mostly for me. I'm still going to post these, so if you're interested, you can go ahead. But I posted this mostly for me, just so that I can practice my speaking skills, mostly, with the stake of somebody hopefully watching it. And, so that I don't know if I'm making sense here, but I'm still going to post these. Uh, yeah, but I'm gonna definitely try to. Okay, when I say value, by the way, I don't mean like, hey, you learned this from watching my video. Obviously, I want to also do that, but I'm not gonna cater to, you learning something from watching the video. I just want you to, I just want the viewer to look at the video and see something from it that maybe other channels don't have, right? Like, I mean, well, sure, obviously, YouTube is a fucking massive thing. So obviously, some of the stuff that I do in my videos are gonna be almost direct replicas of the stuff that happens in other YouTube channels. So I can't completely make a 100% genuine video. I don't believe. At least, right now I can't think of one right now. But I'm gonna try to, make videos that actually fucking have some comedic value to it, and it's not just some random gameplay. I'm still gonna post them. Don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna post, GeoGuessr sometimes, Phasmophobia sometimes, if I really feel like it. But my mantra for 2022 for my YouTube channel in 2022 is, I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna make sure that my videos have comedic value to them, right? Or at least some type of value to them. They're not just fodder, right? And I'm also hoping to expand this channel a little bit, a little bit. I want to get to 150 subs by the end of this year. Hopefully I can do that because I don't know how the fuck you guys are finding this channel. If you're still watching right now, can you comment down below? If you're still watching right now, can you comment down below how you found this channel? Because I have no idea how the fuck people are subscribing to this. Because literally in December to January, I got 6 subscribers somehow, and I don't know where the fuck they're coming from. Like, I look at my analytics and I see these sites and these videos, and that's cool, but they only form like a little bit of my viewers. So, 6 subscribers. Hold on, let me do the math here. Hold on, hold on. Be patient, be patient. 6 divided by 131. 4.5, or technically 4.6%. My subscriber count grew by 4.6% in a matter of 1 month, almost more or less 1 month. That's crazy because this channel has been on for so I started this in 2014, so this has been on about 7 to 8 years. Let's just say 7 years, just because 2022 is not completely full yet. 7 years, right? So 131 divided by 7, that's an average of 18 subscribers a year. If, the subscribers, or technically 19 subscribers a year. If people subscribe at a steady rate between 2014 and 2021, that would be 19 subscribers a year. And, literally this past month, I got 5 to 6. 6 divided by 19, that's almost 30% of that rate. So that's fucking crazy, dude. Just within 1 month, I made 30% of my ideal yearly sub count. So yearly new subs. Whatever the fuck. I'm not making a lot of sense. So that, I know, it's fucking crazy. You probably don't care about the fucking maths. I don't know why the fuck I'm talking about this math shit. But for this year, I'm going to try to add more comedic value or some type of value to my videos. And I'm going to put more effort into them, right? More effort, more quality than quantity, right? So yeah, that's with my YouTube channel. I hope, if you care. Why the fuck is my phone not charging? What the fuck, dude? Jesus. Okay. But if you care, that's cool. I really appreciate you still watching right now. Oh, also, with the best of 2021, that's another thing, that's another reason why I am shifting from, gameplay to more funny moments slash, I don't know what the fuck to call it. I'm just going to call it funny moments, even though it's not really, funny moments in the sense that it's, again, another one of those K-Wire Speedy type funny moments back in 2013, but I'm just going to call them that. But the reason why I'm shifting to that type of content is because, when I was editing the best of 2021, I noticed that I didn't have a lot of good content for 2021. I even had to go to, my archived videos, like the Fallout New Vegas one. I was supposed to post that, post though. I was supposed Oh my god. I was supposed to post, Jesus, the Fallout New Vegas video around August, but I didn't get around to it because I noticed that my audio was really low and that the background noise was just so annoying, so I just kept it in my folder, didn't post it. And it's that, hold on, sidebar again. My audio in these videos, like in since the previous month, have been my audio in the previous month have been really, really low. Like really low. When I watch it in my phone, I have to turn my phone all the way up compared to other YouTube videos where it's just fucking normal. Some of the audio in my previous videos have been extremely low, so I have to increase the volume with these. Oh fuck, I completely forgot about my initial point. But I noticed that with my 2021 compilation, I didn't have a lot of good content. So I'm switching to, funny moments videos more to, again, at least have some stuff, at least make, the quota for my final end of year compilation. My dog is making a noise in the background and it's making me, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's so fucking distracting, dude. He's like licking his paws or something. I don't know, or I don't know. He's licking his chops or some shit, dude. It's frustrating. But I'm gonna go switch to funny moments type videos so that my end of year videos aren't as stale as this one. Right? God, that is I took a long time to fucking say that out loud. Jesus, see, this is why I fucking do these so that I can practice speaking, so that I don't fucking rap God when I am talking and talking to other people in real life. Jesus, dude. Okay, but that's it for my YouTube channel. I talked more about my YouTube channel today best compared to my other Talking with the Rain videos. I don't talk about this too much because usually I don't really have anything to say about it. Right? I mean, YouTube is still not a big deal for me, right? It's still one of those things where I do it for a hobby, and if something good happens to it, then that's cool. But if not, then I mostly don't care too much. It's not that I don't care about my YouTube videos, it's more so that I don't treat it as an actual job, right? Okay. That's it for my YouTube channel. Alright, I'm going to go switch topics here, right? I'm going to go over to real life. I'm about to start my professional accounting course in a month. And, I'm kind of a little bit worried, right? Because I got to move out. I got to organize all this shit. And also, accounting's not an easy subject, but I know I'll get through it. I'm gonna make changes to my schedule because the way I used to do it was I would, do schoolwork in my room, but now I'm actually gonna go to the library or go to the school to do my schoolwork so that I don't, God, I am stuttering a lot. So that I don't get distracted, right? Because I tend to get very distracted when I'm at home. So I'm also going to start doing my readings because apparently that's very important, especially for accounting. And that's going to be a pain in the ass. For them, the reason why I didn't do my readings with my criminology degree is because, I didn't really see the value in them, right? Because once you read the general basics of criminology, you basically got the general idea down. Like the stuff that you need to know are in the lectures. But I guess with accounting, where it's more linear compared to a criminology degree, linear in the sense that, there's certain processes that you got to follow, as opposed to criminology where, in assignments, you can just justify your way out of, certain topics. So maybe like the textbooks and the readings are actually more important here, perhaps. But I'm going to be doing my readings come the semester, and I'm not. I'm gonna. I haven't done this before, so I'm kind of a little bit nervous because in my first semester of my criminology degree, I did my readings, and I struggled to balance that with, with my extracurriculars as well as writing up my assignments. So hopefully that, now that I'm kind of seasoned, not really, but I've had my years in university. I kind of know how stuff works. Now that, I know how stuff works, hopefully I can relieve some of that stress and actually get my time management right for this semester and get good grades, right? Because in counting, your grades are important when you're trying to get into the big four. Speaking of the big four, gosh, I'm gonna notice. Yeah, I notice that it's really stupid to talk about stuff like this because I haven't even started my professional accounting degree. I mean, sure, I've started one semester of my undergrad accounting thing, but for this degree, like I've barely fucking started. And so worrying about, fucking getting a job in one of the big fours when you haven't even fucking started, it's kind of stupid, right? It's pretty stupid. But, with one of the big four accounting firms, you gotta you gotta have a good GPA to get at least an interview, right? Or apparently that's the case. But I talked with a big four manager, and there's a shortage of accountants. So hopefully, I get through with I get through while there's still a shortage. But I've also heard that it's not necessarily, lower end, associates that are in shortage, but it's more so the senior people, the senior accountants that are more in demand now because of this shortage. Because, every year people graduate. So, yeah, okay. I'm noticing that this is probably extremely tedious, but I'm gonna go do this shit, right? I'm gonna try to balance everything perfectly. Not really perfectly, but I'm gonna try to balance everything by using time management skills so that I can, get past this fucking degree and get a job, a full-time job finally. And yeah, fucking pay off my debts and get fucking started in life because this is probably going to be my last degree for a while. Like, if I finish this, this is going to be my last degree for a while because I don't think I don't think I can do another degree after this one, dude. Like, it's fucking exhausting studying. I just can't wait till I can work in my preferred field. But I'm gonna give myself, 25, right? I mean, I expect to graduate from this master's program before I turn 25, but I'm gonna give myself 25, right? If I don't get my shit together by 25, I'm just gonna start fucking working, dude. Like, I don't even give a shit if it's McDonald's or anything. I'm gonna fucking drop, my hopes and aspirations, of an ideal career and just fucking start working. But hopefully, by then I got my shit together. Hopefully working in accounting. Wait, so I expect to graduate next year, end of next year. That means I'll be around 23. Yeah, yeah, okay. I got this shit. I don't know why the fuck I'm worrying about all this shit. But for this, oh my god, dude. So in the previous Talking About This Rain episode, I talked about, getting a job or at least an internship offer from one of these things, and I was worried about, working full time and shit. And then, I failed one of the medicals, right? Because apparently they're really strict, and they thought I had like a really, like my heart rate. No, is it called heart rate? No, my blood pressure was really high. Maybe because I was fucking nervous or some shit, but it was high. They told me to get to a general practitioner, get my shit. I don't know why that guy told me to get a blood test, but I got a blood test, and that took about 2 to 3 weeks. And then by the time I got to my final medical, like the company didn't even want me anymore. Like they just fucking emailed me. They were like, "Oh, since the summer's coming to an end and it's almost February, we decided to close this. Oh, and also it's because of COVID also." And yeah, I'm kind of at the time I was both relieved but also disappointed, because I've been worrying about this shit for more than a month, and I was conditioning myself to work. Jeez, I was conditioning myself to work fucking 40-hour weeks, only for me not to work at all. Yeah, it was bittersweet. But I'm gonna go try to find myself a job when the semester starts. I'm gonna find myself a job. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm gonna go get myself a job and start building up this fucking resume so I can get a job when I finish this accounting degree. Hopefully. Okay. But that's it for real life stuff. I don't know if that's of any interest to you. But I'm gonna try to get my shit together this year. This is an important year for me, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't fuck up both academically, personally, and professionally, right? And obviously my YouTube channel is gonna take a toll because because I can't. In the previous couple of years, I put a lot of effort into these. I know it doesn't look like it. I know it doesn't look like it. Jeez, why is there a fucking fly around here touching my hair and shit? I know it doesn't look like I put a lot of effort, but I looked forward to recording. I had a lot of time to record and all that stuff. But now I'm gonna make sure that I don't fuck up. I'm gonna focus on myself. Gonna focus on my future. And obviously this channel is gonna take a hit, but I'm still gonna make sure that you guys get something. That I still put out videos every month. It's not the end of Is This Rain yet. I don't think this channel is gonna end at all. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna end. Sure, I might take sometimes like in the future I might take months off, right? Just because accounting is apparently an extremely stressful field, right? People work in fucking 60, 80 hours. So obviously by the time I get to that point, and hopefully I get to that point, or at least, not, no, I don't hope I get to that point, but if I do get to that point, I hope that, this channel I still find time to make videos for this channel. But I'm not gonna end this channel anytime soon. I don't see it, in the near distant future. I don't see myself closing down this channel. So, you can rest easy if you care, knowing that this channel is still going to be strong and still going to be up. So, you're never going to stop hearing this voice of mine. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you. But, this channel is fucking big for me, though, because I don't want to sound over sentimental here, but, sometimes it gets me through, right? Like, for example, bro, my dog's making a lot of noises. It got me through like in 2018, right? When I was first starting at university, and I felt a massive culture shock. I don't know, it was a shock, that's for sure. But this, channel was a constant for me, right? It was something that I had before I started, and throughout my entire university career and even late high school career. This was a channel that I would post in, and this was a channel where I would be. Dude, my dog is making a lot of noises, man. It's really distracting. Do I have ADHD? Because you see how fast I got distracted here. But getting back to my sentimental talk here. Like this channel, it's got me through some stuff, right? Like it was a constant throughout my short adult life so far. At any point ever since I graduated, this channel was always here. I always posted in this channel, and the videos that I post are always reflective of what I've been thinking, what I've been doing, And in a way, I appreciate, this channel and the people who still watch, for still being here because, this channel is a massive deal for me, right? Like when I'm tired, Like making videos for this channel, I never get tired, right? Like even if I get fucking tired, just recording videos, it, it fills me with energy. I really like recording videos. I used to not be, I used to be very unconfident. Is that a word? I don't fucking. I mean, I guess it's kind of a word when you put fucking un before everything. But I used to be very not confident talking, hearing myself talk. Like if you scroll back far enough, like back in 2017 or 2016, you'd see like videos of me where I don't even talk. It would just be subtitles. I used to not be very confident talking to my mic, but this channel got me accustomed to hearing my own voice, got me accustomed to talking, because I used to not be very good at talking. I'm still not very good at talking, as evidenced by how many times I've stuttered in this video alone, probably in the last 10 minutes. I'm still not very good. But, this channel is, and also, me saying, it's fucking crazy. But at least, I know that's a problem of mine because of this channel, right? Like hearing myself talk and hearing myself say, you know, to fill in, see that? To fill in to fill in blanks between my sentences. Yeah, this channel has done a lot, right, for me in my life. Because sometimes I would just see I said again without even thinking about it. I just said it again. But now I'm making an effort to not say But you'll see just by scrolling through my videos, you'll see like the inspirations that I have into making the videos, and it just fucking changes over time, right? Like if you look at my thumbnails from the beginning, at the beginning it used to be just anything. It used to be just photos of the gameplay. Then it moved to the weird font or really formal font era. Rebel Scum, Pinned Down, Pack Up Your Troubles. Where I had that weird font, and then scroll on over to where I moved to university, and it starts shifting. Right, it starts shifting. I still stuck with the fancy font for a couple of months, but then I started shifting. I got a PS4. I started posting on from my PS4, and so you have my Red Dead Redemption 2 videos where I don't put any effort in it at all. But they got videos somehow. I mean, they got views somehow. And then you go over to where I try to bring back the old format of This Is Rain videos. So you'll see me bringing back the the font and also some text in my thumbnails, like the Halloween is canceled one, where I play Marvel Spider-Man, and also the East to West challenge that I'm also hoping to make soon, because that was an interesting challenge. I got into some shit there, and I haven't finished it. Hoping to get back to it. But the East to West challenge, where I would go from the east side of the Red Dead Redemption 2 map all the way to the west side of the Red Dead Redemption 2 map without using a horse or any public transportation, just walking. And then you get to my playthrough stage, right? I play through Call of Duty, and then to my live stream stage, and then in my opinion, this is where my channel starts to get a little bit better, in my opinion. Like personally, I like this era, and this is the Last of Us series, The Last of Us Remastered. This is where my channel started getting good, in my own opinion. My Last of Us series, and then I move over to Firewatch. I really liked playing that series, by the way. I have fond memories playing the Firewatch series back in 2019, I believe. That was the year where the 49ers were doing good too, so 2019 was a good fucking year, dude. And then after the Firewatch ones, I started noticing, hey, I can post my PS4 videos via Share Factory, and then edit the thumbnails via YouTube Studio. So I started making the thumbnails on my phone. Like I would post the edited videos from, well, first I noticed that I have Share Factory and I knew how to fucking use it. So I started using Share Factory, started editing my videos and then posting them and then making thumbnails on my phone. And then once the video is uploaded to YouTube, I would upload the thumbnail from my phone. And so then you have the current era of my thumbnails where it would just be me blurring out a background, put taking like a character from the game that I'm playing, or some related character, cutting off their head and then placing my head over it, and making myself be be in there. Be Yeah, and I like this. Honestly, I really like it. I like this. I like this thumbnail type. I'm looking. I thought about switching back to just captures of the game, but I feel like this is a trademark at this point. Me cutting off the heads of some characters and putting my head over it and making myself into some putting costumes over my avatar. I like this era. I'm probably not gonna change it. You know, they look nice to me. Okay, hold on. I gotta pause. I gotta pause. I gotta go do something real quick. All right, I'm back. So as I was saying, the ones where I put my avatar on stuff, I'm gonna keep that for sure. But I'm gonna edit it a little bit because if you look at my thumbnails, the backgrounds are mostly just stock images. Jeez, my voice is cracked there. I think it did at least. But my backgrounds are just stock images that I blur out. But I'm gonna try to start incorporating shots from the game into the thumbnail so that the thumbnail is actually relevant to the contents of the video and it's not just a placeholder, right? So I'm gonna start doing that. The only exception for that, however, is the playthrough videos, because with the playthrough videos like The Last of Us, I completely go 100% on the gameplay footage, the gameplay shots, as opposed to, editing it with my face on it, because it just looks stupid when you're playing a playthrough video and you have like yourself on there every single time. But I don't intend on making a lot of playthrough videos, though. For the most part, the only surefire games that I'm going to be playing through in this channel are the Last of Us games. I played through all the way. Last of Us Remastered, the first Last of Us game, and I played through all the way Last of Us Part 2. And if Last of Us Part 3 comes out, I'm going to be playing that in this channel again. That's a long way away, though, right? Because the first Last of Us came out in 2013, I believe, right? And Last of Us Part 2 came out in 2020, so that's about a 7-year gap. So the next Last of Us game should come out around 2027, or around... Jeez, dude, that is a long fucking time, dude. By the time the next Last of Us game comes out, I am almost 30 years old. That is fucking crazy. I am in my early 20s right now. And the next time a Last of Us game comes out, I'm probably still gonna be in my 20s unless they delay it. But I'm gonna be fucking almost 30 years old. That is fucking crazy. But for sure, 100%, you can write this here. You can write this somewhere, right? When Last of Us Part 3 comes out, or whatever the fuck they call it next, when the next Last of Us game comes out, I will 100% play through it on this channel. Alright? Unless something crazy happens, but I'm for sure gonna play through it on this channel, right? Next Last of Us game, I'm gonna play through all the way on this channel, because that's kind of a tradition here now, right? I played through Last of Us Part 1, Last of Us Part 2, and it's only fitting that I play through Last of Us Part 3 when it comes out. I don't even know if it's going to be called Last of Us Part 3, but I will play through all of it when it comes out. Alright? Okay. I'm going to move on. Sometimes I drone on and on about topics, and yeah, it's sometimes frustrates me because I like to think that I'm saying something, of value sometimes, and so I sometimes think by talking longer, I somehow increase the value of what I'm saying by a lot when it really just wastes your time. So, yeah. I don't mean like, me talking slowly because I talk slowly so that I can actually properly articulate what I'm trying to say. Because when I try to talk too fast, I end up stuttering. I end up using a lot of filler words and all that. I still use those, but I don't. I tend to use them a lot more when I try to talk faster. So, okay. I'm gonna move on to the guitar topic. Guitar, yeah, if you don't know, I play guitar. I started playing in 2020, right in the middle of a pandemic, and I got pretty good at it now. This month or this period, I started learning. Uh, I started learning Wheel, but it's just all John Mayer songs. To be honest, I've been in a massive John Mayer. I don't even know if you can call this a binge, but I've just been consuming a lot of John Mayer stuff. I learned Wheel by John Mayer. I know how to play the song all the way through. I don't know the little nuances, that he uses to play that song. Like, if you tell me to play the song very bare bones all the way to the end, sure, I can do it. I know the first part of the solo, but I still need to learn the whole solo. So I know how to play Wheel by John Mayer from the Heavier Things album. Also, the solo for City Love from his Room for Squares album, the song called City Love. The solo in that song, I know it, right. I don't know if it's word for word every single note perfect, but I know the solo. Like if I play it for you, you'll notice it, right? If you're well versed in John Mayer songs, you'll notice it. But I don't know if it's perfect, right? And also, I learned Love on the Weekend. Not all the way, right? Because that song is it's pretty simple. It's one of the most simple John Mayer songs I've probably ever learned. Yeah, come to think of it, it's probably the most simple because it's just bow 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 now bow 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 now bow 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 now bow now bow, and then that just restarts, right? And then when you get to the verses and all that, it's just basic chord shapes. Like I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I remember like playing it, and it was so easy to learn. Love on the Weekend. I know I learned another song, but I can't think of it. Uh, Wait, hold on. Let me see here. Oh, New Light. I don't know if I've said that in a previous one or if it's this one, but I've learned the solo for New Light where it goes. Bap, bap, bow, bap, bow, bap, bow, bow, now, now, now. That solo. And also, oh yeah, that's it. That's all the songs I learned. I found that with the guitar, I gotta learn songs to actually, find some. I gotta learn songs and listen to songs to actually, feel like I'm actually learning something because, between like October or probably even before that, all the way to November, I felt so lost, with my guitar playing. I didn't know what the fuck to play, and I just felt I don't know, I felt unmotivated. Like back at the start of the year and in 2020, like I would spend like 3 to 4 hours on the guitar every day. But in that period, but like around October to November, I would just spend like an hour. But I'm getting back into it though. I'm starting to learn all these songs. My goal right now is to actually play the guitar more technically proficiently. Because I kind of understand a guitar now, right? Like how everything connects. If you tell me to find the root note on every single string, I can find it. Because I can find every single root note or every single. Well, technically, I can find every single note on the fretboard, but I don't have it memorized. But if you tell me, to find find the A note on the G string, right, I would go to the second fret, right? Is that where it is? E, A, D, G. Yeah, second fret. So I know like where all the notes are on every single string, but I still haven't memorized like all the notes in the fretboard. And I think if I know that, that would make me a hell of a lot better guitar player. Honestly, because I started getting into intervals, like learning a little bit of music theory, and the whole intervals thing is weighs heavily on you knowing where the notes are, right? And I don't know where the notes are yet. Like I don't have it memorized. I know some, but I don't have it all memorized. So the next thing I gotta do is first be more technically sound with my playing. Like stop fucking messing up because I record my playing sometimes, and I mess up a lot, like a fucking lot. It frustrates me. Like I tried recording one of these Is This Rain videos where I tried to like literally the one that I decided to scrap, which is why I'm re-recording it now. In that recording, I tried playing Gravity by John Mayer for you guys, and that just pissed me the fuck off, dude. When I was editing the video, that just pissed me off because my playing was so like it wasn't even on beat. Like it wasn't properly. Yeah, it was just fucking annoying. I kept messing up, and whatever the fuck I was playing was not matching the backing track at all. And it was just annoying. So I've been learning a lot of stuff though. But, like as John Mayer said in like one of his tips for guitar playing is when you're trying to learn something, like learning guitar is all about learning the like. Okay, let me rephrase this. When you're learning a song, the way you can make yourself a better guitar player by learning a song is by learning the building blocks of that song, right? Like for example, if you play Gravity, you don't just learn like the licks that John Mayer plays, that you actually learn the building blocks of it, like the scales, like you understand where he plays every single time, right? Like that part, like that's on the C scale. And yeah, just basically understanding the insides of a song. That's what I'm trying to do. But it's hard because when I first started playing, like I mostly just memorized stuff, and I didn't really understand anything. But then once I started getting my electric guitar, where it opens up the entire fretboard, right? Because in acoustic, you can only mostly just play on up to the 12th fret, right? Because once you get past that 12th fret, it kind of sounds a little bit weird. At least with my acoustic, I don't have a very good acoustic guitar, at least as far as I know. I have a uh, what the fuck do you call it? Lawsuit guitar. I think it's a lawsuit guitar at least. It was one of those old Japanese-made lawsuit guitars where they tried to copy American brands, and I have a Suzuki one. I don't know if it sounds good or not. I haven't really played a lot. I only played one acoustic guitar, dude, and that acoustic guitar is the one that I have. So maybe compared to actual Martin guitars, because this guitar is based off of a Martin guitar just because of the headstock. But maybe if I play Martin guitar and I compare it to my Suzuki lawsuit guitar, maybe it sounds good. I don't fucking know. But you know, jeez, that's a massive fucking tangent. But once I got my electric, I felt, it felt like everything made sense. Like I remember back in February, I was listening to a backing track of what is that song called? Someone told me it was over. That one. Uh, I'd rather go blind by Etta James. I was listening to a backing track of that, and a person told me, okay, so this is on the key of A, right? And I still didn't know what the fuck, why people, jeez, I don't understand why people would say, okay, so this is in the key of C. Back then I was like, okay, what the fuck does that have anything to do with me? But once I started getting into it, and the guy was like, okay, so this is in the key of A, and then I looked online to Google A major pentatonic scale, and I saw it, memorized it a little bit, and tried to play the scale over that backing track, and it started to make sense, dude. And that was the beginning of me making sense of the guitar. Once I learned like how the keys correlate with stuff, if that makes sense. Like I once I knew like there are keys. I don't know. Does that make sense? Because like right now, to me, like when you say keys, that's almost like a given to me, right? Like I understand what you mean when you say keys, but back then it did not make any sense to me. But once I understood what the word key meant, that made a lot of sense. And then I started getting to the scales, and then I started learning the second scale where you find the root note on the A string. And then, once I learned how to find scales based on the A string as well as on the top E string, it just all made sense. Because once you find those two scales, you can basically fill in the blanks. Because those two scales make up more than half of the fretboard. And now what I need to do is play more technically sound and also start learning where the notes are in my fretboard, or at least getting accustomed to what certain things sound like, training my ear to some sounds, because you know people know what C sounds like, and I still don't know what C sounds like. Like I have a general idea. Like is it bah, wait wang bah? I don't know wang. What the fuck? But I have a general idea of what C sounds like, what D sounds like, G, like all those. I know I have a general idea. Like if you play it, if I play it, I can completely notice it. But when it when it's in a song, when it's more subtle, I do not recognize it. So I need to start getting better at recognizing notes and also learning the entire fretboard so that I can open up my playing. Because another thing that John Mayer said in one of his lives, he was like, one of the most important things about guitar playing, like one of the very peak of guitar playing or some shit, he was like, is learning to play in key, right? So that means that if a part of a song is in A, even though the entirety of the song is in G, like the song is in G, but the 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 key that's the chord that's being played is in A, then you play in the A scale, if that makes sense. Then you play in that scale. So I gotta incorporate. It's so hard to fucking describe, dude. I feel like I'm talking to a wall right now because as much as I'm trying to describe this, I still have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Like I have a general idea of what I want, which is memorize the fretboard, like get accustomed to the fretboard. But in terms of how to go about it, I have no fucking idea. Right now, my plan right now is just learning songs. Like for guitar, dude, what a lot of people I think get wrong, like at least with my experience, reading fucking comments and people standardizing learning the guitar, is like people think that it's like a step one, step two, step three kind of thing. Like for me, in my opinion, like in my own experience, learning the guitar, of course you gotta get accustomed to the most basic stuff, right? But for me, learning the guitar was mostly about just exposing yourself to stuff that you want to hear, and not the stuff that you're supposed to do and hear. Because, a lot of people fucking recommended, oh, so you got your first electric guitar? Okay, sure. Learn this song, learn Smoke on the Water, and all that shit. Like, I mean, I guess if you like the song, fuck, you hear that? I just made a weird mouth noise. But if you like the song, then that's cool. But if you don't like what you're playing, you're gonna lose motivation really fucking quickly, dude. So I think to me, the key to actually learning and enjoying playing the guitar is to play what you want as opposed to, what other people want. Because for me, that's what got me, right? As soon as dude, John Mayer did a fucking lot for me, dude. Because when I first got my electric, which was a butterscotch blonde Telecaster, oh my god, I can't believe I chose that as my first guitar. But it was my first guitar. I sold it. I have a Yamaha Pacifica 112V, by the way. But I remember when I first got my fucking first electric guitar, I I mostly bought it just so that I could play acoustic guitar songs without annoying my neighbors, right? But then, but then I noticed John Mayer, and the first song I listened to his was, I believe, Gravity, or is it Slow Dancing in a Burning Room? I think it was Gravity, because I remember very vividly. It's early 2021. I'm just sitting in my gaming chair, right? I think I was playing City Skylines or some shit. But I was playing a game. I had my night light on. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I was just chilling, playing video games, listening to Spotify, and then I was playing Spotify radio, so it was just a bunch of random songs, and then I heard my very first, or at least the first John Mayer song that I fully got into, which was Gravity. It's like, just chilling there, and then suddenly, God, the opening for Gravity by John Mayer is so fucking orgasmic, dude. Like, I remember making fucking guitar face while I was listening. I didn't even fucking expect it. Like, I was just fucking chilling out, playing some City Skylines before going to bed, and then I fucking hear that riff, and it was fucking like heaven on earth, dude. Like, I think I even closed my eyes, maybe. I don't even know. But I remember just feeling so good about it, right? So I saved that to my playlist. Wait, hold on. Actually, no, I might see, because I saved this to an archive. So I'll go see which song I played first, like, which song I listened to first. If it's Gravity by John Mayer, or yep, it was Gravity by John Mayer. Maybe. But yeah, and then the radio just kept going, and then it went to Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, and God, that was another fucking one. Gravity and Slow Dancing in a Burning Room was the 1-2 punch that made me a massive John Mayer punch. Just those two fucking legendary intro riffs fucking drew me into John Mayer. Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. Bow, 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 bow. Who thinks of that, dude? Who fucking thinks of these riffs? Because goddamn, dude, those two riffs are absolutely magical. But being introduced to these two songs made me into a John Mayer song, and that's where I got into John Mayer, and the rest is history. Like, I think John Mayer might be the first musical artist that I've actually gotten into, dude, because I don't remember being that much into an artist until John Mayer. Like, I remember getting a little bit into, this is cringe-worthy now that I'm saying it, but I used to be so into Logic. Yeah, I don't even fucking listen to his music anymore, but I used to be really into Logic. I guess that's something. Also, Meek Mill. I think I'm more so a bigger Meek Mill fan than a fucking Logic fan, Jesus. But I remember getting into, those two guys, and, I thought their music was cool, but I didn't really get that much into it. It wasn't to the point where I would have their songs on my playlist for more than a year, because I've had Slow Dancing in a Burning Room and Gravity by John Mayer for the entirety of 2021. I still have it right now. Usually, like, lifespan for songs in my playlist is around like 2 to 3 months. After that, it gets fucking boring. But Slow Dancing in a Burning Room and Gravity has never, ever gotten old for me. That's fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, that's my John Mayer story. I'm still getting into it. I want to learn more. Oh, and also John Mayer's song, no, not really song, but his rendition of Like a Rolling Stone that he played for Howard Stern back in 2014, I believe. I recently got into that, and geez, that sounds fucking great, dude. I want to play like him. I know there's another one that I. Oh yeah, and I think she knows. Hold on, I'm gonna play some of these for you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if this is loud, but fuck it. They won't notice. If I talk over it, they won't notice. Okay, so this is I Think She Knows interlude. This is a cover by John Mayer. This is originally a Justin Timberlake song, but he made his own cover of it. All right, so this is I think. Right, so he's just playing. Right, he's setting up a loop. And I loop that shit. See, it's looped. Right? What I like about this song is the end. Like, it sounds fucking awesome, dude. Listen to this. Do you hear that? Where he escalates it all the way to that final quarter note or whatever. I That just sounds really good. And then also, I'll like a Rolling Stone. And okay, I think this might be copyrighted. I might get this video taken down if I play this too much. But I'll give you a little clip of it. All right, I'll talk over some. Oh, oh, no, no, no. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. The way, dude, fucking. Oh my god. I want to fucking learn how to play like John Mayer, dude. Like, just the way this guy fucking plays, dude. It's. I can only dream. I know I'll get to it. I swear, by this time next year, I swear I'll know how to play like John Mayer. No, because I did not expect to know how to fucking solo. Like at this point in my guitar playing, I did not know I would be soloing by now, but I can solo. So hopefully by this time next year, I can play a little bit like John Mayer. I mean, obviously, John Mayer gets his inspirations from guys like B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, and Alfred King and all that. And yeah, but I think John Mayer is a good medium for bringing all those guys into a single person. So yeah, I want to know how to fucking play like him, dude. SRV, Stevie Ray Vaughan was actually the very first person that I listened to out of all those guys. I remember getting into Voodoo Child back in 2017 when I was in high school. Yeah, I remember getting hooked into that. I never really pursued him a lot. Right? I didn't really have a musical taste back then. And then I remember getting in 2000 early 2021 I got into BB King, and BB King introduced me to John Mayer, right? Because I listened to a lot of BB King songs, and I saw this video of BB King playing with John Mayer in the stage, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I noticed, and then that's when I found John Mayer songs, because I noticed him in that one video, but I never really searched him up. But then I started listening to a lot of BB King. I listened to a BB King radio on Spotify, I think. And I think that's how I found John Mayer, was through a BB King Spotify. So it's weird, right? Because I knew all these guys already. I never really gotten to know about Jimi Hendrix. I know he's a good guitar player, but I've never really gotten too much at his music. I know he was a massive portion of how guys like John Mayer came to be, but I never really got into their music. Like I tried to learn a couple. I tried to learn All Around the Watchtower, all along the Watchtower. Jeez, all along the Watchtower. And I know the early parts like bum 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 bum, and then also the the riff, bam, 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 bam. But after that, I'm mostly, uh, yeah, empty, because all along the Watchtower, it's really simple, right? It's like the same chords all the way through, but Jimmy solos all across the song, and I can't fucking solo like Jimi Hendrix, man. So it's kind of boring for me to play, right? Because I feel like all along the Watchtower, it's only good to play if you can play the guitar at an average level. And for me, I'm below average. I can't solo like Jimi Hendrix or fucking John Mayer. So, it's not really enjoyable for me to play, but I know the bare bones of the song. But that's it for my music part. This is dragging on, by the way. That should be two separate games playing right now. Like I recorded Red Dead Redemption 2 video like a month ago, so I'm probably gonna start with that, and then actually no, I'll probably start with an Arma 3 video, then I'll tie up the Red Dead Redemption 2 video once this clip ends. But this is getting very long, but I'll keep going, right? Because I kind of yeah, okay. All right, so that's it for my guitar playing. I'm gonna try to get better at playing more, be more technically sound. I'm looking at getting into some guitar lessons, but I don't know how that would benefit me because, guitar lessons, I feel like they're mostly beginner centric, right? Like it's where you learn like your chords and all that shit. But maybe, I learned something. I'm definitely gonna look at some guitar teachers near me so I can learn because I can't play with a pick. That's also one of those things where I'm trying to, you know, I can play good with my fingers, but when it comes to a pick, I am absolutely fucking clueless, dude. Because when I first started playing guitar, I played finger style because I have fucking neighbors, and playing with a pick is extremely loud. And if you have neighbors, I don't want to disturb them too much. But when you're trying to play stuff like when you're trying to play stuff like this, you hear that? When you're trying to play fucking stuff like that, you need a pick. There's no way I would be able to achieve that with my fingers, unless I'm like the next coming of fucking Stevie Ray Vaughan, dude, which I'm obviously not. But yeah, that's what was I gonna talk about again? I think that's it. I've completely forgot what I was about to talk about. Now I'm gonna move on to games, video games. I completed Cyberpunk 2077 all the way through back in December. I think I already talked about that in my previous video, but I completed it all the way through 100%. And I feel very empty inside because I love that game. I look at videos on YouTube and my wallpaper engine stuff is all a bunch of Cyberpunk stuff. And I just want to fucking play that game for a long time, and I can't. And it kind of makes me sad because that game has a special space in my heart. Even though it was off to a very shaky start and arguably disappointing start, it was very. It was something about the game. I fucking love that game, dude. It was me simping for Pan Am, and then once I got past that, I started noticing how beautiful the world is. I mean, of course, I was still simping for Pan Am. I'm probably still simping for Pan Am. I don't fucking know. Nah, I've gotten over it. You know, I'm probably gonna look back at that shit in years and fucking cringe. But it's when I started looking at the world, when I started doing the side quests, the side missions, that's when the game fucking hooked me. Like that game is fucking, it's beautiful, dude. That game is beautiful, and if you haven't bought the game because the reviews are saying a bunch of random shit about the game being a disappointment and all that, people expecting it to be some cyber sex simulator, second life simulator, you're not gonna enjoy it. But if you come into the game with an open mind and acknowledge that it's not perfect, but respect the fact that it has a world to convey and a story to give, I think you'll enjoy the game. But maybe that's just me. But I did really, really love that game, and I can't wait to play it again. I can't bring myself to play it again, dude, because once I fucking get into it again, I'm either gonna A, get bored of it, or B, fucking start all over again. And yeah, that Cyberpunk was a massive time drain for me. and I've already played the game like twice in a matter of fucking 1 month. So, I'm gonna take a little break. Take a little break, from Cyberpunk 2077. I already completed it 100%. My computer can't play it that well, you know? I mean, it can play it, but as you can see with the previous Stockholm's Rain episode, the FPS wasn't too good at certain points. And I think that's a CPU issue. And I don't know how to upgrade my CPU. It's fucking scary, dude. It's fucking scary. Uh, Upgrading your PC, right? Because I have a 1050 Ti, and that costed me quite a little bit of money. But buying that was such a massive gamble. Sometimes it's buying parts is a massive gamble. Unless you know 100% what you're doing, it's a massive gamble. And I'm surprised that my 1050 Ti even fit in my PC. But I got it, and I want to upgrade my CPU to be able to play more games at a good FPS. But I'm scared of, buying something and it not working and then having to go through either a really complicated refund process or just wasting my fucking money. So, yeah. But I'll get to it. I'll think of something. But I do want to upgrade my CPU though, just so that I can play more higher end games. So that I can play Cyberpunk because I really want to play Cyberpunk 2077 on PC with good FPS. That's one of my goals in life. You know. Okay. I also completed all the way through Red Dead Redemption 2 within this period, and yeah, jeez, that game is fucking beautiful, dude. I can totally see like it reinvigorated why I love that game so much. Like upon playing it, some people, I read somewhere that some people thought the game was boring. I can see their arguments, but because I personally found the game boring as well when I first started, like when I tried to replay it like last year. But once I sat down and got into the game, right, like fully, the fuck was that sound? Okay, that I'm creeped out now, dude. I heard like a sound over my headset, and now I'm fucking creeped out. I got goosebumps. Unless that's just the sound of, unless this is the sound of my wires rubbing together. Okay, I'm creeped out. The fuck was I talking about? Okay, but once I sat down, started appreciating the world of Red Dead Redemption 2 is when I started enjoying the game, and that's why that game is number three for me. I think I put it in number three, right? In my previous Is this right episode? Like number one is Cyberpunk 2077. Number two is The Last of Us series. Number three is Red Dead Redemption 2. Number four is The Forest, right? Or is it GTA 5? I don't know. The Forest. And number five is GTA 5, I think. But I understand now why I like that game so much. And the second playthrough makes the game so much better, right? Because you start noticing, like, once you know how the story is gonna unfold a little bit, like, it still felt like a new game to me, to be honest, because the the game, because when I first started playing the game, like, it was completely brand new, and the first time you play a game, you don't really enjoy it a lot. Like, that's how I felt with my Cyberpunk 2077 playthrough. Like the first game, I went all the way through just because I wanted, V to. Spoiler alert. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil it, but I wanted, what, who the fuck is watching now? Spoiler alert. Cyberpunk 2077. Skip 10 seconds. But I wanted V to survive, but I didn't really enjoy it that much, right? Because I was rushing. The same with Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, spoiler alert, skip 10 seconds. I wanted Arthur to find a cure, and so I skipped, all the way through without doing any side missions. But the second playthrough, you start noticing little, the little, intricacies that exist in the game, and you start actually appreciating them as opposed to focusing on the main story. And I think that's how games a game should be played, right? Like the first playthrough, you fully immerse yourself to the main story, and then second playthrough, you start uh, you start what the fuck's the word I'm trying to think of? You start appreciating the other stuff that the game provides. And now that when I replayed Red Dead Redemption 2, I saw a bunch of stuff. I took a bunch of photos, and that game is so fucking photogenic, dude. Like, if you could see my Steam profile right now, that game is beautiful. In my Steam profile, I have two showcases. I have my Cyberpunk screenshots showcase, and below it is my Red Dead Redemption 2 showcase. The two most beautiful games I've played. Oh, jeez. If only The Last of Us was on PC, dude. But in a way, I'm kind of happy that it's only in PlayStation. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for my Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, RimWorld. I got into RimWorld lately. I'm playing as I got the Ideology DLC, and I'm playing as a neo-Mayhist uh, tribe. Right? We're a collective tribe where we're a loyalist tribe. We look after each other, but this tribe is extremely bigoted. And so, to recruit people, I have to go through this extremely fucking painful process of imprisoning them, and then converting them to our ideology, and then recruiting them, and it's fucking annoying sometimes. But I got into it. I'm in my third year, I believe. And my first year, dude, I gotta make a fucking video with RimWorld. That seems like a good idea. But my first year, right, I wasn't really prepared for the winter. Somehow we fucking made it. I don't fucking know how we made the winter, but all three of my colonists made that first winter. Even though we didn't have enough food and we didn't have enough warm clothing, we somehow fucking made it. Second winter, however, it got really bad, like really fucking bad. People survived. No, no. It's the second winter. We had a lot of people. We had like a couple of people join us, but those two people like immediately fucking died. So it was just us three again, the three original colonists. And then coming into the third. No, so after that winter, after the second winter, we had a malaria outbreak, and one of our colonists died, and she was also the wife of one of my colonists. And so morale took a massive break there. And now, I'm in the current era. We just got past our third winter. Everybody's good. Another woman joined us, and she's kind of doing good. We don't have any shooters though. Like none of our people can fucking shoot. So most of our colonists are just just melee wielding people, and it makes things hard. But also, it's good that we have like a thing, because like we have a thing to lean on, because then I can construct my base to be more friendly towards melee attacks as opposed to ranged attacks. I also had another colonist named Jazz who joined us, and he was a good shooter. He hunted deer for us during the winter for that one time. I think he did, at least. For that one time where we nearly ran out of food, and he kept us fed. But then, we got raided. He was shooting at this one guy, but then he got hit, and so I told one of my new colonists to come out there, get him the fuck out. And they got him out, and they killed the guy that was shooting at him. But we just did not have enough time. Like, he was bleeding a lot. I didn't notice that he was bleeding, and he just bled out right there. And that was fucking sad, dude. Really fucking sad. But dude, RimWorld is a great fucking game, dude. It's I actually played Going Medieval first. I know that's a copycat of RimWorld, I believe. And so I kind of got accustomed to the play style, the whatever the fuck you call it, the gameplay style. So when I started RimWorld, I completely knew how to fucking play it a little bit, And I'm still discovering a lot of stuff, dude. That game is really fucking good, and I like how people have actual like there's a fleshed out personality system. I love that about the game because you can then get into some really good some really good role play stuff. Like for example, one of my OG colonists, which is a really old dude with a bad back, and he can't kill people. Right? So every time we get fucking raided, there's just three of us right now, or actually four of us now. But for a long time, it was just three of us. So for a long time, when we get raided, it would just be two people fighting and this guy just fucking cowering. And when we'd get into a when we would travel in a caravan, it would just be this guy tending to the place. When he gets raided, I would just get him to hide in a room until the colonists get back to deal with the raiders. It's fucking interesting, like the whole personality system. Really interesting. And I love how, it's really fleshed out because I definitely like this more than Going Medieval, even though it's 2D. I wish there was a 3D version of RimWorld, but there isn't. But 2D is good, quality over quantity. Although I would love a 3D version of RimWorld, but that's not gonna happen. I don't believe, unless the devs decide to do it, which I don't think they are, unless they already talked about it and they are doing it. And in that case, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I hope there was a 3D version of RimWorld. I guess the closest thing is Going Medieval, but I didn't really like Going Medieval that much. I mean, it's an alright game, but there's a lot to be desired. Okay, and then we'll go. Jeez, this is a long ass fucking talk on this strain, dude. I've been talking a lot. This is almost a 2 hour video. Jesus. And we're going to my shows section. The shows I've been watching. I watched a lot of Handmaid's Tale. I finished the most recent season out here in Australia, which is a year behind to America. This is the one where June. This is the one where I'm not gonna spoil anything. But Handmaid's Tale is a good fucking show, dude. I kind of slept on it because I binged it at the beginning of 2020, but then I completely forgot about it. I saw that a new season came out, but I didn't watch it until recently, until like December last year, December 2021. And I enjoyed it. Also Mindhunter, but again I haven't really been watching a lot of that. I mean, I'm up to season 2 right now, but I took a hiatus. Yeah. Westworld, I'm also up to season 2, but also, excuse me, I haven't been watching a lot of it. Excuse me. Uh, what's this other game called? I mean, show called Cobra Kai. Yes, I've been watching a lot of that. That's a good show. That's a really good show. I like that show. It can be a little cheesy at times, but it's a good show. It's a good enough show. If you can, it's a good mixture in my opinion, right? Like of being cheesy, but also I don't know, like feeling like there's a point to it, right? Or at least like they own it. They own the cheese factor, which is commendable for a TV show. But also it's not too cringeworthy as well, right? Like it can be a little cheesy sometimes, but it doesn't lean into that too much. So yeah, it's interesting. And also, Let's Game It Out. I've been watching a lot of Let's Game It Out. I think I watched every single recent one. That Let's Game It Out, the YouTube channel, by the way. I watched I think almost all the recent ones, and now I'm watching all the Anthony ones, the ones where Anthony's on it. God, I miss Anthony, dude. I'm noticing how valuable Anthony was in that series because I started watching Let's Game It Out with just Josh, right? But now that I'm watching the ones with Anthony appearing on the episodes, I miss him. I want Anthony to come back. At least for an episode in 2022. He has to do it, right? Because Let's Game It Out was a really small channel when Anthony left. So, Josh has to pay homage to, the roots of Let's Game It Out. And that's making a special episode with Anthony. I would fucking that would make my day, dude. If Anthony comes back to Let's Game It Out, even for just an episode, I would love that. Well, yeah, that's it for this month. Jeez, I talked a fucking lot, dude. That's it for this month. I'm gonna for the next talk. What is this right now? I'll okay. I'll come back. All right, I'll come back. I'll play guitar for y'all because I didn't really play guitar this month because I can't be arsed to do it. Arsed. I can't be asked to do it. Yeah. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this because holy fuck, dude, I spent a lot of time fucking talking here. Jesus. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys had a great holidays. I hope I didn't bore you to death. And I hope you have a great 2022, right? I hope you start achieving whatever it is you set out to do. And yeah, I hope I do the same fucking thing. All right. I'm going to end this here. I will I don't have anything in the works right now, but I'm gonna start recording a video after I finish this. I'm gonna take a little break, 5 minute break, and I'll start recording a video. But there'll be definitely a video coming out in February. All right, so you can look out for that. Okay. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you stay safe. If you like this, like it. If you don't, that's cool as well. And if you have anything to say, just comment down below and I'll get back to you, alright? And also subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of my content, alright? A lot of big things coming out in 2022, but a lot of big things. I'm not gonna say that. I don't have anything in the works, but I'm changing up a lot. I'm changing up a lot for 2022, and I hope you guys stay with me for it. Because this is really I fucking love this channel, and I like that you guys are here with me. Alright, I'll see you guys later, and I hope you have a great day, and goodbye. Happy 2022. Hope everything comes true. Okay, I will see you guys next time. What the fuck did I just say?